Hi, I did my project on the sculpture David by Donatello. A brief history of Donatello is that he was born around 1386 in Florence, Italy. Donatello received his early artistic training in the workshop of a sculptor named Lorenzo Ghiberti. His sculptures exemplify a transition from the medieval to Renaissance artistic styles which show naturalism and humanism. Donatello later passed away in Florence, Italy in 1466. His art heavily influenced today's works. Some historical context about the sculpture David. David was made during the Renaissance, which was between the 14th and 17th centuries. This was a period of profound cultural, artistic, and intellectual transformation in Europe. Patronage was a big factor during the Renaissance. It is the support of artists by wealthy and influential individuals or families that played a pivotal role in the flourishing of Renaissance art. Many artists, including Donatello, commissioned their paintings to patrons who wanted to promote their own culture and political agendas. The commission and purpose. Donatello's David was commissioned by the Medici family. The Medici family was one of the most powerful and influential families in Florence during the Renaissance. David symbolizes Florence's triumph over Milan and the Medici family's connection to the city's greatness. It represented the city's spirit of defiance against powerful and external forces. It was also associated with the city's struggle with tyranny. Donatello portrayed David as a young man. This marks a significant departure from traditional artistic conventions. This innovative approach provides a deeper understanding of how this sculpture stood out in its time. Some details about the sculpture. Donatello implemented a contrapposto stance. David has a youthful appearance. Donatello did this because he was referencing the early life of the biblical David. David's wavy hair, armor, helmet, and boots add to the fact of realism. The helmet symbolizes victory, while the boots bear the Medici coat of arms. David's expression of determination and concentration can be seen in the sculpture. His focused gaze conveys his readiness to face Goliath. Symbolism and interpretation. There are various uses of symbolism in this sculpture. David symbolizes youth to show his vulnerability. The contrapposto pose, showcasing David's relaxed yet confident posture, symbolizes the balance between vulnerability and strength. The helmet is a symbol of victory, and the David's boots bear the Medici's coat of arms. David's expression, reflecting determination and concentration, symbolizes the courage needed to face adversity. His gaze suggests his readiness for battle. The meaning and interpretation. One of the central meanings of David is the symbol of defiance. The sculpture represents Florence's determination to protect its republican government and its commitment to standing up against powerful external forces. The portrayal of David as a young figure celebrates the potential of the individual. It conveys the idea that greatness can emerge from unexpected places, which emphasizes the humanistic ideals of the Renaissance. The Medici family's commission of David was not only a favor, but also a political statement. It highlighted their support for Florence's republican values and their role in shaping the city as a cultural and artistic center. David remains an iconic work in art history. The influence on art. The way Donatello shows David as a youthful figure shows the different approach he took throughout the art world of his time. The contraposed stance signaled a shift, and artists sought to capture the human form and emotions more authentically. This detail impacted the way naturalism and realism are used now. The body language conveys emotions and inner strength. This allowed Donatello to show his feelings toward the sculpture. Donatello's David inspired later artists including Michelangelo, who created his own iconic David sculpture in the early 16th century. The sculpture also represents times during the Renaissance. It played a pivotal role and left a lasting legacy in the art world.